Moe's, and I want to do a white only, TVHM blue only, endgame only, Mayhem to 10, purple run only on Flak. That's my goal currently. It's a lot of Borderlands. So State of Decay 2 has got to go on hold, unfortunately, but hopefully this is going to be fun. I've been looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good time. I hope you guys will please join me in that journey. Alright, this is a fucking tough level. This is a really fucking tough level. I've been playing a lot of Apex Legends, and those two shooters are not at all similar. And we need 100% everything, too. Let's make sure our audio's on surround sound super duper, not scout mode. Oh, you fucking work tomorrow? Wait, they're taking you out of quarantine early? That doesn't make any sense. Why are they taking you out of quarantine early? I mean, it's not like it pays to, like, you've almost made it to 14 days. Why wouldn't they just want you to finish the 14 days? So update to what? You responded to Discord, new update last night's broken. Gonna have to restart my computer tonight, try to get it to work again. Fuck, man. Don't you hate that shit? I'm sorry that happened some. Oh, Sapper, Ogre, Bottomless Mags equals fucking Invincible Me. Nice. I hope that build holds out in Mayhem 10. And you got her to 57 now, something? I almost hit 300k shields with Moe's. Damn, nice. It's impressive, gentlemen. I'm going to be off work for an unknown amount of time now. What? As in you're laid off in quarantine? I mean, your job is there, right, Steven? You didn't lose your job. Yep, roommate got his test back. It was negative, so I'm cleared to go back. Ah. Are we not meant to play together? So you're gonna go right back tomorrow, right? He seems it right. Just into the middle of the week. Are things getting better or worse in Canada? I'm guessing you guys aren't doing what the states are doing and like starting to go back early. Even the president was giving the governor from Georgia some shit today and said he totally disagreed. The test doesn't matter, they just timed the return of the Borderlands 3 DLC, right? But, you know, maybe Georgia was right to do what they're doing. Who knows? Hopefully it works out. Matter. People at work are not smile times about the earliness. Yeah, I can't imagine they are. Yeah, Kemp and the president campaigned together, and the president came out against his decision today, so I imagine... I don't know, man. Did Kemp get, like, major campaign contributions from the tattoo parlors and beauty salons? Ruh-roh. Oh, I wanted to chain on there and get... I needed that. Everyone in the department is super conservative and they were trying to figure out what the deal is. All the things being open, it's virtually impossible to have social distancing. Oh, exactly. This is just... We've all been in this together. Party doesn't matter right now. This is one of those times where we're all Americans, and really as a world, we're all in this together, right? We're all in this together. This has been serious. We've done this as a country. Of course, all 184 countries as well. And, there's just no room for politics right now. It's just about saving lives and being smart and getting out of this as efficiently and as completely as possible, right? So, no, don't worry. That's, like I say, when even the president said that he disagreed with it today at the press conference, that he didn't think it was the right call, and that he's going to shut it down if things start to turn sour. Because there was like a bunch of reports that came out today as well saying that basically all the medical experts disagree with going back right now. It's not the federal guideline either. I'll move off the topic, but the federal guideline says May 1st, and then some states start phase 1, and phase 1 is restaurants and bars and gyms, but still with extreme social distancing guidelines. You can only like let 12 people into your restaurant and shit. So just, you can't social distance and get a tattoo. You can't social distance and get your hair cut. You can't social distance and get your nails done. But he is right about the economics of it, man. People are losing jobs. It's just, I think we can hold on another 2 weeks. Going to down but not out. Other things being right, it's virtually open to social distance. Right, you're absolutely right. Well, so definitely that's the big news in the States. My job is there for me whenever I'm cleared by the doctor to go back to work. So you're officially in quarantine for a little bit now then, eh? Yes, sir, I'm 57. Well done, something. Well done. Yeah, I mean, so we had the gas guy come in today because our gas was running a little yellow and we just wanted to do everything. We changed the lines out. We replaced water lines, we replaced gas lines, we rose the water heater. We did everything to try to avoid replacing the tank. So we also had the gas company come. Oh damn it! This guy's like the smartest arachnid demon ever. The smartest. We wanted everything checked, so we had the gas guy come in. It's a small town, so I ended up knowing my mom from like high school and shit. You know how that is, small towns. Anyway, I just forget that we're in this pandemic, and he's like, "Anybody sick in here? Has anybody been sick? Everybody feeling good? Everybody okay?" Like, he wasn't gonna come into the house. I was like, yeah, man, everyone's fine. Everyone's quarantined. We're completely healthy. And he actually was a really nice guy. Then he started coughing, like, immediately after that. I don't know what's happening. It's like fucking being in the middle of the zombie apocalypse, and suddenly you find out the guy's been hiding a bite the whole time. It's like, I just got a tickle in my throat. I just got a tickle in my throat. I wasn't panicked at all, but he acted like I was gonna, like, kick him out of the house because he had a cough. It's just... This whole thing has changed so much about everyone's everyday life in such a short time period. I said, yeah, man, it's cool. I understand. You just got a tickle in your throat. But I thought to myself later, I'm like, should I have been more careful? Should I be taking this more seriously? I don't think I should be, but you just kind of forget. And then you go to a grocery store and you got to go single file into a line down an aisle and you can't go back up it, or you go to the department store like we did, or the hardware store, I mean, to go get stuff to replace a water heater, and they only let 8 people in the store at a time. But you get the guy from Columbia Gas to come check out your lines, and he isn't going to go into your house unless you can tell him that nobody's been sick. It'll be nice when this is all over with. That is the slow-mo fucking rune. You know what? I think I still have my other runes on. Survivor, yeah, I don't want that. I want the being able to slow down time when you're aiming. I already have that on? Okay, I do. Greatly increase, right. I think I was running this, but I wasn't really noticing a huge difference in it. But regardless. I guess Oxford University has got a vaccine that they think could be available as early as the fall. That seems like way optimistic. Okay, well, I'm glad your job isn't lost, Steven. You should be able to get unemployment, man. Medical rated unemployment, because you're basically laid off for this. I think they give you $800+ a week. That way, at least you got some money coming in. I haven't heard much about the rest of the world, though. I know South Korea flattened the hell out of the curve. I haven't heard much about what's going on in Canada. I heard the UK, it's pretty rough. I heard Germany's trying to open stuff back up. I know Japan, it's like... This is the easiest fight, the earliest fight in this. The shit gets crazy once we get into the actual building. Okay, I gotta get back into the process of getting fucking glory kills and not thinking like just shoot to kill like I was in Apex Legends. This is gotta be, oh, good grief. Just walk right into this. I'll be able to get unemployment thanks to doctors now. They're going to get it straightened out for me since I will be medical quarantined. Good, 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 good. I'm glad to hear that, Steven. Hopefully that keeps happening with more and more people. They're gonna have to pass some more stuff too. Even though this has all been fucking crazy expensive. They're gonna have to do the rent and the mortgage stuff. They're gonna have to get some money for the postal service. The president would like phase 4, and that's a long ways off though. Which is a federal infrastructure plan that's been talked about for quite a while now. Try to reboot the economy quicker, sooner rather than later. Damn it, how was I not a target? I was right next to that fucking thing. Now you have to play Borderlands 3 DLC? What do you mean, Will? So one of the things your governor said, though, is it's a choice. So, like, since you're deciding to quarantine, does that mean you'll be able to be protected and stay in the quarantine since your parents are older and everything? Like, is it at least... It's not like you have to fucking reboot, right? It's just that because they're rebooting, it's going to be a lot harder to maintain control of the situation. Fuck, man. I gotta do better. This isn't that tough. Dude, I gotta get my... Alright, good answer. Good. I'm glad you're gonna be able to get your unemployment. We're gonna start opening some... Oh, shit. My bad, Justin. The test didn't matter. They just time to return to the Borderlands 3 DLC. People are working on smiles about the earliness, right? Yeah, I don't think people around the country are. I'll be able to get unemployment thanks to the right. We're going to start opening some stuff back up slowly. Only 40 cases in all of Saskatchewan. You guys did a really good job then. You guys managed to flatten the curve, Justin. Yeah, our federal guidelines, like I was talking about, are May 1st. May 1st, some states are allowed to enter Phase 1. Phase 1 is bars, restaurants, gyms, a few other things. Then Phase 2, you're allowed to reopen schools, and you're allowed to get quite a few businesses back on. And then Phase 3 is a full reopening. But this was all supposed to happen. You had to meet certain parameters. You had to have like a decline in cases for 14 days straight. You had to be able to basically prove that you've completely flattened the curve and the situation's under control. And only then Phase 1. And you know, the big thing's been the testing, and they're getting all these federal labs online, and they're trying to meet that demand, and so on and so forth. And then Phase 2, and then Phase 3. But it's all meant to be a very slow, managed process. And the deal is you have these guidelines, and then the states were supposed to follow the guidelines based on what was good for their state and what they could, you know. If their state met the parameters, then their state is to open up into these 3 phases. But, like, the big controversy in the U.S. right now is most states are following completely the federal guidelines, you know, and doing their thing. And then bigger states like New York, California, it's going to be slow. It's going to be a process. Because they've been hit hard, and thank God we only have 1 level today, so. Not thank God, it's a great game, I've loved it, but we had 3 states, Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia. Georgia being the big example. Georgia's a, you know, big, powerful, important state, but they're opening the earliest. They start Friday. Friday they're gonna open up the bars, the restaurants, all that, movie theaters. And Monday they're gonna open up some more stuff, yada, yada, yada. So that's like the big story in the states right now. And the big thing is they're not really sure that Georgia's over the curve, because Georgia's got a few big cities, you know, especially Atlanta. and Atlanta, the mayor of Atlanta doesn't feel like she is, like their city, the data's not showing that their city's past the curve yet, so she doesn't feel that the city's ready to open. God dang it, I'm missing too many shots. Getting back to normal? Yeah, I mean, kinda, right? Normal for us. You guys have done apparently a much better job flattening the curve. Like I say, ours, because of how things have been staggered across our country, not everything has been equal. Some states have done a great job. My state, Ohio, flattened the curve. We started really early, and we've had a pretty strict approach to it. Not totally strict, but pretty damn strict from the beginning. We've actually managed to flatten the curve here. But every state's kind of done its own thing. There's federal guidelines, but the federal government never like put its foot down and said, you gotta follow these rules, and so everything's kind of a little all over the place. But I'm glad for you guys, it is definitely getting back to normal. Is there some provinces that are still kind of rough? Like, how is Quebec doing and all this and stuff? Are you guys gonna have bars and restaurants opened up and stuff like that? Rest in peace, Florida. Open movie theaters yet, there's no new movies that are gonna come out to early summer at the earliest. Right, so how exactly are you helping that movie theater business? What are you gonna show? Like, Night of the Living Dead doesn't have a copyright? What the fuck else? And like, why would someone go to the theater to buy a movie that they can just get off of Amazon or Netflix or YouTube for either free or cheap and not have to risk getting the virus? Oh, fuck, man. You have such a short time to get that. Not a clue. Just been paying attention to Saskatchewan mostly. That's smart. That's smart. Oh, it sounds like Saskatchewan did a great job. Because I knew you guys were going up, but now you're down to 40 cases total, or just 40 new cases today? If you only have 40 cases total, that's fucking crazy. I guess one of the things that benefits Canada is how spread out you guys are. Probably June, July, things are mostly back to normal in the U.S. I mean, not completely. It won't be for a year that things worldwide are really what we would consider normal, and even then there's going to be permanent changes. Nothing will be like it was all the way. There's going to be permanent changes to all societies. And in many cases you hope that's the fucking case, because this could be prevented. It could at least not be as bad as what it was. We start to change the way we do some things. Like we take washing your hands a lot more serious. I just don't want to become a society that wears a fucking mask everywhere, personally. I get it right now, but just not a fan. It's nice to see people's faces. And I don't want to stop shaking hands. Like, there's going to be a lot of things that are just unrealistic. We're not fucking automatons. We're still human beings. Human beings like to be with their family. They like to touch. They like to hold. They like to be close. We're social animals. Man, I keep paying for these glory kills dearly. This motherfucker's still alive. Oh, okay. 40 active cases. Wow. Yeah, you guys fucking did crazy good. Where's that imp at? The fact that this guy is still alive is pissing me off. Still, what the fuck's with this guy? He took a long time to die. I was consistently popping at him. Oh, this fucking thing. Uh-oh. Those things hit really hard, actually. Why the fuck did it not glory kill? What the hell? You're still alive? Where there was going to be a whole nother wave of this shit. It took me like 40 minutes to get through this fight. We always have to open up our streams with, you know, completely always unifying. Everyone can get on the same page. We all like to be bonded as one. Get on Twitch and here, Stuck on Pandora's opinions on world events. It's probably our most popular subject. Look at this big fucker. Swing and a miss. Ah, yes, Tyrant. Don't remember your pro tip. Shoot until dead. That's a small city for the States. Either way, you guys did a really good job. Flattening the curve. It's pretty fucking cool to see it, too. Like, you look at South Korea's numbers, and you see how they really, truly did flatten the curve. That's pretty fucking cool to see. The science and the math pan out on that whole idea. That's why, like, that Tucker that's on Fox was, like, talking today, and he's like, we've just been told that these measures would save our lives. Like, no. Yeah, you've been told. It's not a guess. It's a hypothesis, and the hypothesis has panned out true. All the countries that or states that have succeeded, like Saskatchewan, like a province in Canada, that have done this, have proven the hypothesis correct. So what the fuck are you talking about, man? Sometimes he can go on a rant and it kind of makes sense, but today he was just... There's this unfortunate thing going on where they're trying to act like this was never even a thing because we have kind of flattened the curve. But, you know, for those that aren't directly affected by it, they're starting to, like, act as if this isn't even a thing, and that is unfortunate. Because you're playing around with people's lives. Fucking around with this, playing around with people's lives. In the case of this country, you're also playing around with... Well, nah, they actually did a good job with that. They passed... If you get sick with COVID, you don't have to pay medical bills for it. A lot to be proud of, some stuff to look at and question. A lot to unpack when it's all said and done. There'll be a lot to unpack when it's all said and done. Why'd you just die, not go into fucking glory kill? We had to insult to injury. That was important. There's just like a lot of conspiracy theories popping up. Like Joe Rogan's trying to push some conspiracy theory that people in the like the elites, like something out of like Fallout, have already been immunized against the virus. I think people are getting cabin fever. It's another reason why, regardless, things are probably gonna have to open up. I was hoping I could do that really fucking cool and grappling hook across. Another thing that's really good about me giving my opinion on current events and talking on this soapbox at the beginning of these streams is that I archive these fucking videos for Let's Plays, so don't worry, these opinions are here forever to be used against me. But hey, you gotta stand by what you believe. Do it twice, then it'll cue it up, Justin. So that looks pretty cool, actually. God dang it, I keep wanting to do it the cool way.
And the children of Israel this song.
What is this? Oh, it's that billionaire pastor? That guy's terrifying. Be gone! Be gone! Amen! That's why this guy's a billionaire. He knows how to get the crowd going. Look at that cheerleader beside him. Yes. Yes. Don't cramp this man's style. This is unfortunately the bad side of religion. There's nothing in the Bible that says that someone who's a Christian can perform miracles. Like, okay, Jesus did. You know, if you believe Jesus was the Son of God, yada, 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 yada. Oh, he's literally a god. Of course he can perform miracles. Not a billionaire pastor. These people dancing. This is funny, but it's sad. This is funny, but it's sad. Man. Isn't that the same pastor that said that poor people are demons? Kill me watching that. Do you guys have that in Canada? Like the evangelicals? Like we do, like the mega churches and stuff? This stuff's a big deal here. We do, I'm unaware of it. It's definitely a thing here. I was thrown into Bible schools when I was a kid that were evangelical like that. It's different. I never jived with it. I never jived with it at all. Like I mentioned, you guys already know how I feel about that stuff. I am a, you know, I consider myself a religious person, but not that side of it. It's private and it's quiet. It's not loud and obnoxious, claiming lies to take money. Shit, there was back, my grandma, a cousin that my grandma knew died. She died fairly wealthy. Gave every bit of her money and her house. Instead of giving it to her kids, gave it to the Billy Graham Foundation. Because Billy Graham told her that God needed it. Or the foundation. I doubt she got to talk to the leader himself, but you know how it is. It's just sad. But as far as I know, you cannot pray away COVID-19. There's a Russian proverb, I really like it. and it's pray but row to shore. That's pretty much how I look at it. My unsolicited opinion I shall give unto you. Pray but row to shore. That pretty much just says you need to buy your way into heaven, so he's worth like $300 million. Billy Graham, or the billionaire guy, or that, you know, be gone COVID-19. Right, you know, it's the exact same scam the Catholic Church pulled back in the day. Why they hacked Martin Luther's head off. Yeah, they invented purgatory, which now conveniently doesn't exist. And tithings and pilgrimages, and you had to buy so many angels, and that would get you into heaven. It was a fucking scam. There's nothing in the Bible about it. Find your... All the Bible says, you know, that one you see quoted all the time. Again, unsolicited opinion. But John 3:16. Whoever believes in him will be given everlasting life. Yeah. Believe in God and Jesus, you're in heaven. Yada, 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 yada. It doesn't say anything about giving money. Tithes, pilgrimages. But that's just how one side of it looks at it. What a complicated business that is. But it's good to laugh about it. That's about the best we can do, that's for sure. There's a reason he's a billionaire. He's a fucking... He's a performer. State the obvious. Yeah, the man's a performer. And a good one. It sounds good. And he probably went to seminary. Seems to be able to quote a lot of scripture and so on. He's better than that Joel Osteen, though. I mean, this guy is still a douchebag, but that Joel Osteen is actually just a absolute prick. This billionaire pastor at least seems to be aware that he's in the business that he's in. It even says actor in his bio. Really? Nice. Yeah, I mean, so that guy seems like, he seems a lot more self-aware. You know, he's still a scumbag, but, you know, he seems to be aware that he's running a church and still operates it like a church. Whereas that Joel Osteen, it's just straight up a fucking business, so they can take as much money as they want. They've been able to get a bunch of, like, really rich actors and shit to buy into it, which is the key. It's like Scientology. Scientology has, like, no members, but... It's like 12,000 people now are in the Church of Scientology. But all their members are rich. So they make more money than they've ever made before all the time. They have record profits. Doing a bad job on the collectibles. Speaking of having, you know, these episodes archived for future viewing, well, don't worry, we're letting it all hang out today. We're letting opinions on governors, governments, political parties, and religion. Nothing's being spared today. This is how we bring Twitch together and build a channel, build a community. Gotta be a way to get in there. Even says actor in his bio, though. That's perfect. Yeah, that's exactly right, Justin. Tom Cruise is a Scientologist, and so is, Oh, he's got a huge head. He's actually a really talented actor. He's kind of fallen apart recently. He's in Pulp Fiction. I can name many useless facts about him, like that he has the largest private airstrip in the country. He can literally drive up to his, fly into his house, but yeah, that's it. Thank you, Steven. John Travolta. He's a Scientologist. He's getting pretty old now. A bunch of actors are Scientologists, and Scientologists were able to get religious tax-free exemption. They apparently blackmailed the IRS and knew a lot of dirty secrets about the people who run the IRS and were able to use it to get the religious exemption. Nobody wants to be a part of the shit because it's obviously a fucking cult. You know, that's why they drive those cruise liners out in the middle of the ocean, because it's international waters and they can't get caught. But so their membership keeps dying off, and basically you become a slave. If you do join, they put you on those cruise boats and you just have to work for them. Started by L. Ron Hubbard. I've got his books. He was like, you know, an okay science fiction writer, but he was also a complete, total scumbag who 100% said, you know, the best business in the world basically is religion, right? A bunch of people know a lot about L. Ron Hubbard. He's a total con artist. But they like got in good with Hollywood somehow, and so a lot of people who join up in Scientology off the street, like John Travolta, are able to start getting jobs, and that's kind of how they still recruit people. It's all freaky, man. Oh, it's broken on PC right now? Wait, are you watching via your phone, Steven? Broken on PC for me? Oh, sweet. Should be near something. Scientology really doesn't deserve religious exemption. It's pretty clear that it's a scam. And you can even argue that most churches don't. I would say that small churches, you know, in rural communities, meet the bill. I'm not really too sure that, say, Vatican City or a massive Catholic church meets the bill, but that's a whole other can of worms. That's... I'm out 90% of the time working fine here. Hey, did you beat Doom, Justin? I really wish that there was a way to transfer your save on console to PC for Borderlands 3. I so would rather play it on PC. Like, I want to play with you guys, but I really want that performance. Really want that performance. Really want that quality. If it goes on sale, I'll probably buy it. It's just gonna suck to redo everything. But it'll be okay in the long run. Haven't gone back to it. I'm sure you will. At some point. Did you buy the super duper version? Like you're gonna get all the DLCs and stuff? I'm supposed to do 2 big story DLCs this year, right? For Borderlands. Yeah, for Borderlands 3. Like you can transfer the save from your Epic to your Steam, but of course you can't do the console. You'd think they would have some cloud saves, you know? Like with a lot of Microsoft games. Like I can keep my save if I jump from my Xbox to my PC with most of my Xbox games. You just think that they would have a system through Shift to hold a cloud-based save and then be able to transfer it. If you could transfer it, I would probably switch over to PC. The moment that goes on sale, I would transfer over to PC. Like, I'm playing Doom on PC. That way, you know, every time, like you and Steven were dealing with all that crashing. Every time I fucking go to do stuff, I'm not dealing with loading times that are crazy and frame rate dips and performance issues. Get a buttery smooth frame rate even when you're doing that really high end game content. Why am I pulling that out? Shit gets real in this building. I think I might even be... I'm not quite there yet, but I'm really close to the room where things just get really, really hard. Yeah, if saves transferred, I would play Borderlands 3 on PC, and I would play with you. I'm gonna keep playing Xbox, but I'm still gonna buy it when it goes on sale. Especially because there's eventually gonna be mods, and I'm gonna figure out... My brother and I are working on getting a dual PC setup going. So I think I'm gonna be able to do recordings like we can. Like, you know, earlier this month we learned how to... able to finally figure out how to do copyright-free recordings and stream with our gizmos going. And as soon as I can figure out how to do that when we're playing on PC as well, we're in fucking business, and I'm just gonna really start making that switch over to PC for most of my gaming. And I just, as like making content for Borderlands 3, there's just a lot more we're gonna be able to do in the long run on PC. I mean, the fact that you can just download saves, for instance, and give people your save file. You can farm faster. It's just so much more you can do on the PC version of Borderlands in the big picture. Yeah, I think if it was half on site recently, can't remember where. For Borderlands 3 on Steam, I'm not gonna do the Epic Games version. Would you play it on PC, something? Using my phone, it just sits at a black loading screen on PC. It looked like there's like 5,000 in the last 3 hours about it. Dude, Twitch has seen so much more usage lately, that makes sense. Oh my god, how the fuck did all those shoot over? That one makes more sense, but others less so. Really? He didn't stay in his fucking down but not out state. I didn't get rid of it, did I? That's definitely one I need. No, I accidentally fucking got rid of that. Yeah, I definitely need them to stay in Glory Kill longer. That's one I absolutely depend on.